it is safe for you to slow down. It's safe for you to slow down now. So many of us rushing around everywhere we go, whatever we're doing, we seem to be in a rush, somehow seeming to try and rush away to escape our current present reality because we always feel like we're on our way to something greater. The other day, was going into town to do a food shop, and when I decided I'm going to go into town, I was then starting to rush around the house trying to get everything ready and try and get out as quick as possible, because I thought I want to get back as quick as possible so that I can have the afternoon to chill. And I was rushing around, and in my mind my guides kept saying, slow down, stop rushing around everywhere. And they were reminding me about divine timing, because timing is everything, and that ascended masters don't rush around. So when you think about the ascended masters like Mary Magdalene, Jesus, Kuan Yin, the Buddha, would you ever imagine them rushing around, running late for things? When you imagine them being very relaxed in their movement, gentle, graceful, always in divine alignment and in divine timing. Now, being organised and being on time is a skill, and it's something I had to actually learn how to do. That's for a different video. If you find yourself rushing because you're late to appointments and to situations in your life, again, that's an actual skill set you need to learn how to build. And there's reasons why we self-sabotage ourselves and end up always being late to things, and then people end up putting these conditions and spells on us, believing that we are that type of person. So then that doesn't help either. It boxes us in even more on an energetic level. But I'm talking about when you're washing your dishes and you're just rushing through and trying to get it done quick. I'm talking about when your mind is chaotic and you're having thought after thought, and there's no time to even sit back and enjoy some stillness and peace to allow your energy field to still so that you can start to receive your divine guidance and flow. So I was trying to rush out, thinking I'll rush out so that I can get back in time. But when you're in divine alignment, in divine timing, and when you're aligned to your divine timing, because you can be out of alignment with your divine timing. If you're out of alignment, you're rushing around, you're trying to get out as quick as possible, because from a stress mindset or from a mindset of you need to try and control things and you don't quite trust that everything's going to align beautifully for you. You have this plan in your head and you're trying to stick to it, and you get these conditions on how the way is meant to go based on your ego mind as opposed to what your divine timing or your higher self and God is guiding you to do. If instead you take your time, and I wasn't rushing late for anything, I was just generally rushing. If instead you just walk at a normal pace, breathe nicely, take your time putting things in your bag, make sure you're not going to forget anything, because this is another thing, is when you're rushing, you end up forgetting things, you end up dropping things, you end up finding yourself in traffic. And this is all the stuff about divine timing, is when you're in the mindset of chaos and I'm trying to hurry up and stress, then you end up finding that your way ends up going that way too. If you go, well, I'm going to take a deep breath, I'm going to take my time, make sure I get everything packed, I'm not rushing for anything, I'm not late, I'm going to take my time driving, I'm not trying to rush traffic, I'm not trying to drive really close behind someone because I really need to get somewhere. When you're like, whoa, I trust, and it's a nervous system thing. When you take that breath and you're like, I'm safe, I'm relaxed, I'm safe in this divine timing, I don't need to rush, I'm perfectly exactly where I'm meant to be right now. And when you trust yourself and life, then you relax into your way. And what I found was, yes, I left a little later than I was planning, But what was interesting, what happened when I got into town, is that my car broke down while I was in town. I called the AA, which is like a breakdown service, and they usually take at least an hour to 2 hours to arrive. And in my mind, I'm thinking, gosh, I need the AA guy to come out quickly in case I need to start planning to get a hire car, and I don't know how long the car hire places are going to be open. It started to become this thing of, oh no. I went into the shop to get my food shop. I thought I'll do my food shop and come back out. I went and just got some waters, came back out, and in 10 minutes the AA guy had arrived. And I had also like hoped that that would happen. And I said thank you to the Divine Mother, Father God, and I said to the guy, wow, you came so quickly. He goes, yeah, it was just perfect timing. And I was like, you know what? That makes sense. Like, I'm happy with that. If I'd have rushed out in the AM, then I would have been, who knows what would have happened, when my car would have broke down, whether I would have got into town, been driving somewhere else and it breaks down somewhere else, whether the AA guy had just missed him and suddenly, like, you know, there was no one around for a few hours and the whole raid gets messed up. Trusting in divine timing. So when we're always rushing around, we feel like the quicker we get out of this situation, the better, because it feels uncomfortable. Even if that is just the state of our nervous system, is like, in the present moment, in my vessel right now, I feel anxious, I've got a anxious energy, I want to just get on so that I can get back to my comfort zone, which is having my pajamas on and my feet up on the sofa, or whatever it is for you. So then you rush everything in between. Well, this is how you rush your life away. And the Ascended Masters, they didn't rush. They were always on time. Now, I had to say, because I was in the car and I was not sure what timing I was meant to be on, I had to say to my angels and guides, I said, angels, guides, align me with my divine timing. And I said that whilst I was in the car on the way to town. This specific day I went to town on, I never go to town that way. I usually go on the weekend. So I went on this ray that wasn't the weekend. And if I'd gone on the weekend, there'll be no AAs, too busy, none of the garages were open, anything. And so again, it's all like, we are so much more divinely guided than we even realise. So I aligned myself with my divine timing. I was like, I'm not sure what I'm meant to be doing today other than going into town and get some food, but I'm going to trust in God. And I kept leaning in and trusting in God. And even when the car broke down, I kept saying, Divine Mother, Father, Sophia, God, sort out the car, I trust you, let it be all good. And it was worked out better than I could have planned. When you are rushing around, let's say you're rushing around driving, you're rushing around around your house, whatever it is, you bump into things, you're dropping things. If you're driving, you pull out of a junction, you weren't looking properly because you're rushing. This is when accidents happen. This is when bad things happen, is when we're rushing so much that we don't even give ourselves, our body, time to catch up, because our mind is going 100 miles an hour. Then our energy is going 100 miles per hour because our mind's going 100 miles per hour. Our vessel's struggling to keep up with how quickly our mind's trying to get everything done. And if you want to really gain true mastery, you need to be able to really sit in the present, sitting still, taking your time, being precise, giving yourself a moment to think, rather than trying to plan everything out and rush through it as quick as possible so that you can get to the other side. Rather than trying to rush through life until you get to that goal that you think is going to bring you happiness, see how you can slow down, see how you can stop and enjoy the moment, see how you can get present in your mind, and then start to appreciate and realize the beauty of this moment, and it'll start to shift your energy and frequency. The Ascended Masters, they didn't rush. And so it's time for you to stop rushing, and it's time to start smelling the roses. I've got a mentorship, the Way Home Path to Enlightenment Academy, that starts on the 1st of June. It's a mentorship, a group mentorship, where we've got 2 calls each month, and we are learning about how to embody your highest and best version, how to become an ascended master on this plane, because it's really important now more than ever to gain that self-mastery. Why? Because look at the world. More than ever, we need to start building really strong internal foundations. That means spiritual ones. That means building our own connection to the heavens, and being that bridge from heaven to earth, so that we can be the ambassadors of New Earth, so that we can lead by example, so that we can be the ones to do the healing, to wake up, to master ourselves, to master our addictions, to master those negative habits that pull us off path, to master our desires to do things that don't align with our true highest and best good, to master our desires to things that aren't healthy for us, and gain that spiritual wisdom, that embodied spiritual wisdom, that enlightenment that's going to give you the light to navigate the coming years, this whole transition into the golden age. You need that internal connection with your angels and your guides and your higher self yourself. You need to be able to lean on yourself and your guides and your angels from within first. You need to have that relationship with the divine embodied within the vessel, so that if you're on your own, or if you needed to make a decision yourself, you can breathe, you can take your time, you can lean in, you can trust that God will never put you in a situation that you can't get out of or grow through or evolve through. And you can trust yourself, you can lean on God, you can hear your divine guidance, and you can assist yourself and then everyone else as well through this transition. This is true divine leadership of New Earth. And if you're on this page, if you followed me for years, or if you're here now as a new soul that's been guided to this video, now is the time for you to gain your self-mastery. So the course starts on the 1st of June. It's a 6-month program, but you can actually just join in and out whenever you choose. It's a month-by-month payment system. So you can jump in, jump out, integrate, whatever you feel called. And the curriculum will be repeating every 6 months, so you'll never miss anything. If you did drop in and out on certain months, you would just want to align yourself and get back in on the specific months that you had missed, so you can get the full curriculum on how to get to the path of enlightenment, which means gaining true self-mastery, gaining true self-awareness, embodying your highest self into your physical vessel, so you can be that light warrior, that light walker, that lighthouse for humanity in these times to come. We've got a beautiful, beautiful future on the way, but we all have to do our work, and this is the most important work you're ever going to do on the earth. Sending you so much love and blessings. I'm Ora Zikara, spiritual teacher, healer, leader and guide. I also do music, singing and songwriting. Check out my music. You can have a one-on-one session with me or join the academy. I'd love to see you there. We're really gonna explore some amazing topics: plant-based living, sobriety, movement, energy cultivation, enlightenment, raising the chrism. And it's pretty much a modern day mystery school, a wellness school that is going to put you on the path to embodying your highest light within. Have a God ray and might the light guide you on. Ta-ra.